Alright, welcome back. I've been Mia for a bit. Let's do some coding. So, last time we fell off, we were at physics shooting. Now, what we're gonna do is, as much as we love physics shooting, the problem with physics shooting is that it's too, I guess, inaccurate compared to what we've been used to. Because physics shooting requires realism and everything, but when you play games, you're not expected to be realistic, you're expected to be accurate. So when you shoot something in, let's say, Call of Duty or Left 4 Dead or any other, or even like Valorant or any of your shooting games, where you aimed is exactly where we want. So what we're going to do is actually we're going to use Raycasting, and that's going to be our shooting number 2. Now we have a shotgun state, but for me it wasn't working, so I just muted everything. It's literally just empty, like whatever is there is just visualizers, so it doesn't even work. In the other case, we do have shoot 2, and today we're going to do two things. Where one, we're going to actually change the camera when we're aiming, and number 2, when we click on our what's it called, shot, it's gonna be a raycasting bullet. So how are we gonna do this? First things first, we're gonna change the camera, and what we're gonna do is actually the function that we had was all written in update. So what I did was I created 2 more functions, called them void regular and the other one's aiming, and then I had a public bool which is a false. So what we're gonna do is we also added one more line, which is basically if the boolean is true, we're gonna be aiming. If it's false, we're gonna be regular. This is gonna switch immediately, so you're gonna see a clipping, but for now it's good enough for the aim changes. You can lerp the functions. We're definitely going to do that for when we factor, but anyways, for aiming, what is the difference with aiming and that? There's actually no difference, except we're just going to copy and paste this. Now you've noticed me copying and pasting this. If you were talking to a seasoned coder or someone who has experience, he's just gonna smack me for doing this, but we're not here for what's it called, his validation. We're just here to get this fixed, and then we factor later. So first things first, these are the numbers I decided to use, and these were the numbers that fixed or like got me that aiming what do we call the aiming look that I was looking for, that viewport. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna change it. I just wrote 1 times over here, but it's up to you to just remove it and just do that, but I like to be a little easy on myself. So there's that, and then for here I just changed it to 2, and what this does is it changes the viewing style of the camera. Now for refactoring, we're just gonna write all this stuff in a function, and then we can put it as parameters, arguments for what we want. But anyways, enough of that. So that changes the camera. Now that we have it as a boolean, what we're gonna do is, as you expected it, we're gonna first include it into our shooter animation, and then what we're gonna do after that, after the including, is we're gonna call it, and we're gonna change the boolean itself. So let's just go here, camera follower. All right, and then we're gonna do a pointer x. I'm using x because there's no need for anything fancy. So we're just gonna do our get component, and we're gonna get the camera follower, and then we're gonna get it from the node's parent's parent. So node get parent, we're going up the chain, so get parent. And the reason why we're doing it twice is because we're in a node reference, so we're referencing that, and then we're going to reference the parent, which is going to be the main character, right? Because the code that we're in is in the shooter, so get parent would be this guy, and then get parent would be this guy, and we're trying to get the camera follower. So now that it's linked, we're literally going to do a X arrow is aiming equals to true. So if I hold down the right button, or if I just press the right button, I'm going to be in aiming state, and this aiming stuff is true. And if I release it, then it's going to be false. Okay, so that's that, and we can check it out. Okay, that was just a random error, but anyways, so here we have correct. If I aim, it's gonna give me that look that I was looking for, where the guy's close by and we're aiming straight. So right now it looks like we're actually aiming it, but as you can see, we didn't really configure the guy to look straight. But anyways, so that's part one. Next, part two. So we can close this. Part two would be the shooting, and we're just gonna go back into our detection ray. Where are we? Right here. So remember how we made this. So we're literally going to be lazy and copy it over. Now the main thing we're going to do is so first we're actually going to make this pointer. Oh my god. World intersection pointer, ray pointer equals to Unigine world intersection create. So that creates that smart pointer, so that's connected. We're going to change that to 1 because everything's a 1. Now for here, this is what we're going to change here. So we're going to go to gun, get child, because we're trying to get the first kid, which is the trigger point, and then get world position. Now there are two ways to do the intersection, and I'll show you both. So this is one, so from the starting point is that, and then the second one is the camera. So if you don't have the camera connected, you could just go into Unigine, game get player. Alright, so that gets the main player, and get world position, and then we're going to add that to the direction that we're looking at. So let's just copy paste this whole thing again, and then we're going to do a get world direction, and since it's defaulted looking forward, we don't have to add anything inside here. So this means we're gonna be at the camera, and we're gonna go 100 units or 100 meters forward of where the camera is looking at. So from the gun to where the camera is looking at, and we got that. Alright, so there are two ways of shooting it, and I'm going to use both. But first, let's just show you what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at a visualizer, render line 3D, and then we're going to add the points. So let's just use these again. So just copy all this. So now we copied all this, and then it's asking for a color. So Unigine math vector 4 underscore red. We're just going to choose red for now. So now we have everything in proper lines. Just trying to show it. So now that's that. Now we actually do the shooting button. So we're gonna go down here. We have it marked right here. So if we press it, so if we press the left button while we're aiming, we're gonna shoot. And what I want for shoot right now is just to show you the differences between where we're aiming from the gun and when we're aiming from the camera, because both of them are different aims in different locations, and if you want to be super accurate, you got to use one of them. So so first things first, we're just gonna do the Unigines and visualizers. We're gonna do render points just to show you where they actually hit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the ray pointer. Alright, and then we're going to get its point, get point, so that's where the raycast has been hit. Then we're going to do the size 0.1f, and we're going to do Unigine math, and then vector 4 underscore. We're gonna do black this time, okay? Just for this. And what we're gonna do is also make this true, screen space reflections true, and then for duration, how long we want it. Just to show you the difference, we're gonna choose 3 seconds, okay? And the depth test is already true by default, so we're not gonna do that. So this is through the shotgun itself. Okay. The next one is actually through camera. Now, why we're gonna do this is actually because of it's literally because well, this one's the more accurate version. So for this, what we're gonna do for the camera is actually we're going to do this again, except we're just gonna call it 2, and then 2 right here, I object 2. Just save us some time, and then we're gonna choose the game camera position. Now I remember there was a function for the camera, but if I find it, I'll let you guys know. In the moment, I don't remember it. So Unigine visualizer render point 3D, and then we're going to use the same stuff here, but for this we're going to use vector the green, I guess, and then ray pointer 2 right here. Okay, so there's going to be 2 differences. I hope it doesn't break on me. So the black one's through shotgun and the blue one's through camera. So if I were to shoot, you could see the differences between where we're shooting. So if we were to shoot at like, let's say if we were really far away, okay? If we were to shoot, of course they're going to be almost the same, but there's a little difference. So the place where we shot with our raycaster, perfect aim, while the shotgun, let's say if we were even here, the shotgun, let's give this the accurate shotgun. So this is how we're gonna aim, and we expect the shotgun to shoot it straight, but in reality it shot the corner, but the one that we aimed onto the raycaster shot exactly where we wanted it to be. So what does this mean? It means if you want something that's more realistic, you're going to use the first equation, which is the black dot. But if you want something that's more accurate, then you use the camera one. So I can definitely just use this inside here, but it doesn't matter. So anyways, we got that going on. The next thing, I guess that would be it for today. Next thing I'm going to do is definitely let's see. At the moment, we don't really need the guy to aim at the camera, we just need to shoot properly. If you guys really want the guy to aim at the camera, then we could do that, but it's not that worth, because it's just bone multiplication. We could do other stuff like obstacles and maybe the shotgun if I can fix that. So I'll see what I can do for next episode, but for now let's just stick to this. So we got the camera moving in aim position, and then we got the shotgun, which is our shots. So far we just did this. Next thing we could do is add enemies and do a lot of other stuff. We'll see where we can go with this. Alright, anyways, it was nice doing this episode. We'll talk again later. Goodbye.